We are live.
We're live. Here we go.
Guys,
We're counting the days
Dave,
down.
Dave, Dave, it's almost here.
I'm freaking out, man.
Dave has done 80% of the work,
Oh my,
90% of
it's
the
like
work.
all here too. I can't even show it all to you because it's all here. In the
Yeah,
last week, so since Monday, we've had 200 more of our lock boxes arrive. By the way, the lock boxes are back in the shop as well as the timer boxes. We had 30 more timer boxes show up. Then I had stuff show up in 3 different shipments for the G2E goodie bag. And I finally picked up the shirts today. And oh my God, it's a lot.
we're excited, guys. So,
Crazy excited.
in case you guys don't know what we're talking about, G2E is next week. That's right. We're both
Yes.
getting on a plane with our wives on Saturday, and we're going to start heading
And
out
Sherman.
there. And Sherman, he's our bodyguard. He's going to follow us around with
Yeah,
the
right.
black sunglasses and a little earpiece, you know. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna be meeting hopefully a lot of you guys in the chat today on Monday night, which is our meetup. If you are still able to make it and you didn't register and all that, it doesn't matter. You can still come. You won't. We don't have a gift bag for you, unfortunately, but you can still come. It's at 7 p.m. Pacific time on Monday, this coming Monday, at Slots of Fun, which is on the Circus property. We have about 80 or so people guaranteed coming. So it's
Yep.
going to be a big crowd. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to play some coin slots. We're going to meet all of you guys, play along
Probably
with
get
you.
kicked out.
Yeah, probably. We'll see what happens. We're going to make for a fun
Yep.
night. So we're really looking forward to it. Can't believe it's finally here, guys. We've been working for months and months and months on this. So good stuff.
I've got 2 more work days to go, though. That's my problem. Is that I've got 2 more work days.
Feels like we should have taken vacation days on Thursday and Friday also, so that we can.
I mean, almost because like I'm not focusing the next 2 days. That's gonna be super hard to do.
That's right. That's right. But as always, guys, if you have any questions for us, go ahead and start asking.
Throw them out there,
and we will start starring them up and get them answered.
Okay, but, so also, if you are able to make the event and able to make the expo, or maybe you're just able to make the expo, drop us an email. Let us know that, hey, I'm coming. I want to go to the expo. We have a link we can send you so you can get in the expo. All right.
That's right.
But definitely come check out Slots of Fun. If you didn't register, we may have a goodie bag. We just can't guarantee it for you. Okay. So it's, after the people who did RSVP, it's first come, first serve.
And Vegas Doggy 88 says G2E Expo, will we be able to actually play the new slots? Great job, guys. Yep. Yes. You can walk up to them, play them all you want. Just make sure you don't put your cameras out and stuff like that. We're going to do that anyway, but we have some clout, I guess. So we're going to do it until we get told to stop.
Then hear from Brandy Ash. What is G2E? Brandy, G2E is the Global Gaming Expo. It's the largest gaming and casino gambling expo in North America by far. The only one that's bigger is in Europe, which is the rest of the world. But this is the premier event. You ask anybody in the industry, and they will tell you that this is the premier event to go to.
There you go. We get to see all the new slots that are going to come out.
And we will be there in force.
Yeah, and some concepts that may never come out, but you get to play them and see them anyway. So a lot of fun. Let's see. Solly in LA, I think Slots of Fun has actual quarter games. Yeah, that's why we picked it. We love that place.
Quarters, dollars, and $5 coins.
That's right. All coin slots. So much fun.
And we have a video of that out there as well. You can go check that out. We I've got one, and then Mark and I did one together as well.
That's right, man. We've had a lot of fun both times. I guess I've been there twice. You've been there 3 times. So
3 times. Wow.
Good stuff. I think so, because you went that one time to check it out as soon as it opened. So
that's right. Yeah,
I was
there
the
week after.
You were very tired that weekend.
I was exhausted.
You're out there for your event. So, all right. Well, a lot of member shout outs today. Thank you guys for all being a member. Daniel just joined. So thank you, Daniel, for becoming a member. Appreciate it. And Susan with the 7 months. Basically as long as we've been doing, but Susan's also our awesome moderator. So thank you so much, Susan. Looking forward to seeing you again. And
for
Liz?
all our members, especially your members who have months under your belt, got something special for you.
That's right. That's right. and Liz for 7 months, Mike for 5 months. Have fun, guys. We certainly plan on it. Sorry you're not able to make it, Mike. And Richard, he's riding the membership train 7 months too. So thank you so much, guys. We got more. I'm going to rapid fire.
Yeah,
Michelle,
now
6
now we
months.
uncorked it.
Wolf Tracks, 3 months. Thank you, guys. And Firefly for 7 months. All right. Thank you, guys. All right. Let's get to some questions. What do you think?
I got to take this one from Richard real quick, though.
Go for it.
I prefer ticket in, ticket out. Richard, totally disagree with you. While ticket in, ticket out is very modern, it's very easy, it's very convenient. I will give you all those things. The feel and the way you play coin slots is just completely different. It slows you down. I mentioned this in my video so much, is that it slows you down. And it really does. It's bringing back that enjoyment of playing, not just button, 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 but actually you're involved in the game more than just pushing a button. So I definitely like the coin slots.
Yeah. To each his own, though. You do you.
Are they perfect? No, they're not perfect.
No. They do break down a lot. You do have to contend with that. That's for sure.
And EJ laughs a lot. So hard to believe you've been here for 7 months. EJ, we've actually been here. We started our first show the 28th of October last year. Is that right?
That's right. That's 28th.
So 28th of October. So we're almost at 12 months. We just had memberships going since January.
That's right.
That's what's crazy. It's just
absolutely crazy. It's been a blur.
It has been.
Oh, let's talk about this. So Mark Brown is the Tropicana Implosion still on schedule. Guys, this is the time. I'm going to say this probably repeatedly throughout the video. Make sure you are subscribed and you have that bell notification on, because we have planted a location that we're going to be able to, for sure, 100% be at, to have a great view to live stream the demolition of Tropicana. So as long as it's still on schedule, we haven't heard anything, but you never know, last minute delays, stuff like that. But we have everything set up. We are going to live stream. Now, it is freaking early in the morning. It's 2:30 a.m. Pacific time. So you guys on the East Coast may just be waking up for work on Wednesday morning to watch it. But we're going to live stream it anyway.
Specifically at 2:30 a.m.
That's right. So we'll go live early, have some Q&A, and do some fun stuff before we show the actual demolition. But it should be fun. And, of course, if you're not able to tune in live, it will be available afterwards, so don't worry about that. But we would love for you to join in live. If you can stay up, I'm being forced to stay up. Not going to be fun, but, hey, it's going to be worth it. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing to see.
Okay, CJ Majestic. So they've got the implosion, fireworks, and a drone show, all celebrating our 12 months. That's right.
That's right, just for us.
That's right, Majestic. They absolutely did. It's all for us. We appreciate you.
That's funny. Let's see. All right, let's get to some questions here. Chi City Raider LV says, are online slots the same RNG as live casinos? What are some of the similarities and differences? It really depends on the casino itself. The ones that are licensed, we're talking about FanDuel, Caesars Properties, BetMGM, those places that the games that you're playing are very similar. In fact, the same titles that you would find on the casino floor, like Double Diamond or I don't know. It doesn't matter. As long as it's a game that you've recognized in a physical form in a licensed casino, then the RNG plays the same. The math is the same. The RNG is the same. But where it gets different, and I am working on a video. It just requires a lot of research, and I've got notes and notes and notes on this, but I'm not quite there yet. We're going to be doing a really big, important video explaining all the different versions of online slots, from sweepstakes to free play slots to the mobile app slots to licensed casino slots, and what are the differences that you should be made aware of each of them, the good and the bad, that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, if it's a licensed casino, it's going to be fine. But there's only like 3 or 4 states that this stuff is available in, guys. So it's not a widespread thing that you can be part of. So, but good question.
And from Vegas Doggy 88, Ellis Island is saying, come watch it from there for the implosion. I'm playing there unless there's a better suggestion. That's a little far away.
That's really far away.
I mean, I'm not saying Ellis Island is like forever far away, but it's a distance.
It's like 4 or 5 miles, isn't it?
No, it's only about a mile or so as the crow
A mile?
flies.
Okay.
If you're on like their parking garage, you probably do have a good view, but it is a distance. My first place I'm going to try, we got a great place we're going to hit, but first place I'm going to try to get a second feed from is the top of the MGM parking garage. I really think it's going to be closed off. I really think so.
Yeah.
But the MGM parking garage, I can't imagine much better view than that.
Yeah, everybody had the same thought that you had, Dave, and that's the problem, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody
That's
knows
the
it's the spot to be, so we shall see.
And it's going to be packed wherever you stand. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Living Life Loving says, do you always take the last chance spin option? I do. Dave doesn't. I've seen him cash out the 23 cents or whatever.
I'll cash out 23 cents and I'll
but then you just go and put it on Firelink and do the same thing.
Better than
it's the same thing.
Better than trying to get the little arrow.
No, it's the same thing. You're just not visually seeing that. It's the same thing.
And it's better because when the arrow's like that much,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're just seeing it visually on those games, but on the Firelink and Lightning, it's doing the exact same thing. You're just not seeing any graphic.
But one thing I can tell you for sure, that if you are going to play again, don't do the last spin option. If you're going to put more money in, don't do the last spin option. Just put your more money in and take a full spin.
That I agree with. Yeah.
Like, that's literally, you're done with it and forget it.
All right, Dave, you take a couple. Here's some in here for
Adam X-Plates. I play a couple of social casino games online. I don't think they use an RNG. Not positive though. I would be willing to bet that none of those have ever even heard of an RNG.
No, they do.
A lot of your
they do.
They
use an
RNG.
Casinos? Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's an RNG, but it's complicated because it's weighted differently. It's more like a. I don't want to get into this because it's going to take 20 minutes for me to explain it, but it's more of a sweepstakes type thing.
A social casino. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Wait for the video when we come out. Bob, what the hell are you doing? Bob?
Damn, Bob.
50?
Seriously, dude.
That's like everybody in here.
Crap, Bob. You're awesome, Bob. Okay. You're freaking awesome, Bob. Bob has been giving away memberships this whole time.
I know.
Bob, we appreciate you so much. Like, that is, wow. Wow.
Really appreciate you, man. Your support of the channel.
Who's not going to be a member?
Yeah, there's nobody left.
We're going to see a bunch of ding, 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 ding.
I know. But thank you, Bob.
Thank you so much, Bob. Wow.
And for all you guys that got a membership, make sure you check out the community tab on our YouTube page. That's where we have a lot of the members only posts. That's unfortunately the only way YouTube allows us to communicate with you. So make sure you go and check that out. Look for like the members only. I always try to put that first anytime we post members only content. And we had a lot of fun videos, some extra stuff in there. And then also we have our pre-show every single week before this show where we just kind of hang out and play slots back here and just kind of talk with you guys. So thank you so much.
Oh, that does remind me. I completely slipped in the, pre-intro show. We have 3 new t-shirts in the shop. These t-shirts were designed by our own moderator, Susan. They are for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is in October. Those 3 shirts, all proceeds, everything made from those shirts goes to the American Cancer Society donation. All right. You'll see those 3 shirts. You can't miss them. Each one of them says breast cancer awareness. So there, go check those out. Susan did a great job designing those.
Yeah. Thank you, Susan. Wonderful designs. Yeah, we this is a good cause. I mean, every year in October, this is an important thing. So we're on board. We're definitely on board. And thank you, Susan, for help supporting it.
Support boobies.
I'm not going to acknowledge that. All right. Tiffany Anderson has a good question. I had luck at Wendover on a triple diamond dollar slot with free play, $2 spin, and won $540. Very nice hit. Did I still earn player points from the free play or only an actual winning? So free play, if you use free play, it depends on the system. That's what it really matters. It depends on the system that's being used. Sometimes you can accrue points, tier credits and stuff based off of your free play. Sometimes you can't. I don't remember how Wendover does it, but I'm not really sure. But it's not, your tier credits aren't earned off of winnings. It's purely off of coin in, how much you are wagering, dollar amount, and credit amount, things like that. If you win a bunch of money or lose a bunch of money, that does not affect your tier credits at all. It's just about the total amount that you're wagering. So, but congratulations on that win. That's awesome on a $2 bet. That's crazy stuff.
And here's one from Michelle A. Dave, what are your suggestions for doing a purchase at MGM properties to help your tier status? So MGM is running a promotion, and what you do is you purchase something at 3 different properties. It cannot be the property you're staying at. So if you're staying at New York, you have to purchase at 3 separate properties, not New York. So it does not say any stipulation whatsoever about what a purchase is. Okay. A purchase can be play, buy a pack of gum, whatever. You're just making a transaction at that property. So I recommend going into the shop, making a transaction of any dollar amount, pack of gum, Tic Tac, something cheap. Keep that receipt. Then go to the other 3 properties, or the other 2 properties at that point, make a similar purchase or some purchase. Keep your receipt just in case, and then go to the Players Club to make sure you got those bonus points. And it is like 1,500 bonus points just for doing those simple things.
Let's see. Oh, Bob's saying should have member-only videos. Yeah, we will definitely have some member-only stuff. We're going to try to film as much as we can. We've got a cool new camera. I'll show it off real quick. So we're going to try to get a lot of filming in as much as we possibly can this time. No excuse, Dave. We must do it.
No, what, me?
Yeah, you.
I don't think so.
I think so. We're both
film
bad
everything.
Together. We're both bad. No, you don't.
Film it all.
No, you don't.
Just
you
hit
say
record,
you do, but you don't.
And don't stop. No,
we'll see what happens. But we're going to try to do a ton of stuff. And let's see. This is from our favorite Polly Walnuts. Well, you can take it. Go ahead. What do you mean? What was it?
Polly Walnuts. What was it? Bakken?
What was it? Bakken?
Does Slots of Fun offer free slot gloves for players? No, it does not, unfortunately. If you are coming or you're going to Slots of Fun, I highly recommend these cotton gloves. They're called beauty gloves. You wear them, you put lotion on your hands, and then put gloves on overnight. They are extremely soft, extremely breathable, so that you play, and they're cheap enough you can dispose of. Wearing a rubber glove or a nitrite glove or something like that, your hand gets extremely sweaty very quick, and it could be sweat dripping down your wrist so bad. So no, they do not give gloves, but actually, you know what? They should sell them. If you
right.
screen your logo on them and sell them for $1 each, people might buy them. But always come prepared for that.
Well, what we're going to try to do at the end is take a group photo with everybody having their fingers out like this to see all the dirty fingers after all the coin slot playing. So
no putting your fingers
whether you have your gloves or not, we'll still do that. It'll be a lot of fun. All right. Stell says, is there any advantage to betting a higher multiplier on 9-line top dollar? Of course, betting max bet. No, not at all. And this is true pretty much for any game. Anytime you see the 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x keeps going, all you're doing is multiplying the bet. And a lot of people say, yeah, but you hit jackpots when you go to 5x. Yeah, because you're betting more.
You're betting more.
So the credits, if you bet 5x your bet, all the credits are 5x the credit amount, right? It's equal. It's 1-to-1 all the way around. So no, there's no advantage to betting higher at all. Only do that if you can afford to do it. Try to stick with the lowest if you can, especially on the top 9-line top dollar. I hate those multipliers, and they sneak them in too, because what does everybody always say? You got to max bet. You got to max bet on top dollar. Well, if it's a 1x multiplier, that's correct. But if you hit max bet and it's a 3x multiplier, that could get very expensive. So
super fast.
They don't make it easy. I gotta be honest. They do not make it easy to understand, like, what is max bet actually going to do? And I think that's something that should change eventually, is like, tell me before you commit to the bet how much I'm going to be betting. And some machines actually do this. The Frankenstein does that. When you click it, you will see how much it is before you actually press spin. And I like to see this trend continue, because now they get it so complicated. You got a nickel machine and it's 267 nickels to bet. What is that? I mean, I don't do math that quick.
Math it.
I know. It's like, it'd be nice if they made it very obvious before you press the spin button what it is that you're betting. But dream for another day, I guess. Thank you, Estelle, for your question.
All right, here's one from Larry. Wait, are you on pace to hit 60K next week? Well, that
Probably
is
not.
entirely up to you guys.
Yeah,
so
we'll see
go
when we get
ahead
there.
and subscribe and subscribe and subscribe. We could possibly hit 60K, or sorry, 59K early next week, or maybe even this week. But anyone who's new here, click that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. Plus, gets you to know when we're going live. Hit that little bell to stay notified. You know when all the content's going to come. But it all depends on how many subscribers we get between now and then. It's possible. It's just unlikely at this point. But we'll see. 60K definitely by the end of October, for sure.
Yeah. If we go live a lot while we're there, I think we'll hit it. So we'll just have to do that.
We'll be live a lot.
That's right. And $5 super chat from Trav FDY. Thank you so much, man. Hey guys, are machines with a progressive higher in volatility and harder to win than the same machine without a progressive? This is a very good question. The volatility does not change whatsoever. The payback percentage on machines with progressives are typically lower than the counterpart without the progressive. So be aware of that. But here's the thing. To kind of explain why that is. First off, the starting amount on most progressives in the situation that you're talking about here is what the amount would have been if it wasn't a progressive. So, for example, if it's a double diamond machine and it has a progressive attached to it, and it's a 2-coin double diamond machine, it would be 1,600 credits for the 3 double diamonds. That's where it actually starts. That's where the meter starts on the progressive, and you'll see it go up to 1,700, 1,800. All of that is being fed by the players, not by the casino. But in exchange for that, they lower the payback percentage a little bit. So I would always, unless it's like super high, like if there was one with 1,600 and it was at 1,608 and there was one without it, I would just play the one without it at that point. But if it was really high, like if it passed 2,000, 2,300, 2,400, and it's a high progressive on a double diamond machine in relation to what that would pay on a non-progressive machine, then yeah, sit down and play that one. I think it would be worth it. But it doesn't change the volatility whatsoever. It's the top line jackpot. It's only one hit, so it doesn't change it. Good question, though. And thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Oh, man, there's some good questions here. They're just going so fast. Let me go back down here. Here we go. This is actually from Living Life Loving. Where'd it go? It's gone. She was asking about shirt sizes. Are the shirts true to size? So there's 2 different shirt sizes of the 3. The 2 of them are cotton, and it says on the description, one of them is wicking fabric. The cotton ones are going to be very true to size, as you've experienced before. It is cotton. Sometimes they still do shrink, in the wash and the dryer. The moisture wicking fabric, which is the black shirt, which is going to be more comfortable to wear because it's black and the heat. The wicking fabric shirts, they usually run a little bit bigger. So it just all depends, There should be a size chart on there somewhere. If there's not, let me know. I'll throw it up there. The size chart would be the same for any of the other shirts we have as well, as long as the same fabric.
Oh, this is a good question. I love this one. Dave and I can both comment on this. Carrick Walters says, first spin bonus or last spin bonus? Which do you enjoy hitting more? First spin. Absolutely.
First spin, because last spin, you're like desperate because it's like, this is the last spin and it saves your life. But the first spin, you're like, I could quit now and I'd be fine.
Exactly.
I could walk away.
I've had a couple last spin saves before. Usually on pinball is when it happens. But yeah, the first spin bonus is what I love. Walking up to a top dollar machine and spinning it once to get in the top dollar bonus, because then it's like I do my backup spin and then I'm out.
And I'm out. Done. That's it. I'll walk away.
Unless it's a crappy bonus. The 15 credit special.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. And from Jim, I'll have $200 in free play at MGM. What's the best strategy to convert to cash? At MGM, I mean, you've got a lot to choose from, both New York, all these properties. A double diamond machine is great. For $200, I'd say $5 double diamond, 2 credit. Never hurts to play dollar if you can find it. There's several dollar machines still in New York, right there in that bank. $5 double top dollar, MGM Grand, New York, all over the place. $1 all over the place as well. The Majestic Lions, Cherries Jubilee. That's sort of a, actually, I don't think you can use free play on Cherries.
You could do it.
Okay, you can use free play. Okay,
I think so. I think I've done it before. Yeah.
Okay, so any one of those games, obviously stay away from Dragon Link and Fire Link and Multi Link and all the other links. New Phoenix Link coming out. But as long as you're sticking to one of those low volatility games, that's your best bet to convert that free play to cash. And if you can do 50% conversion, you're doing awesome.
Let's see. Okay. Franklin Woods says, quick question. The 2 payouts that were denied at casinos, I understand the real tilt issue, and that will take forever, but any update on the one where she was denied because of being trespassed? I haven't researched that one, to be honest.
Here's the issue is that court cases can take years.
Yeah.
So
this one should be a little bit easier to solve, though. I would think it would move through a little quicker, especially if it's just a clear trespassing case.
Right.
But I haven't personally looked up that one. I've been following the other ones, like the Wheel of Fortune one that we talked about for several episodes.
Yeah.
That one hasn't budged. But I don't remember I remember this one, but I don't remember any resolution to it yet.
Yeah, it was in Detroit as well. I believe it was Detroit.
Well, the first one wasn't in Detroit. That was somewhere else.
No, the first one was somewhere else. Yeah. This one was in Detroit.
This was in Detroit. She hit the blackjack progressive, and they denied her because she was trespassed. Yeah.
Because she was trespassed like
15 years ago. It was crazy. Yeah. I don't know what happened to that one.
It's like, no way.
I need to go look at the court case.
And sometimes if they settle out of court, you'll never see it at all.
Yeah.
From B. Martini. I think some casinos pump in fragrance to their HVAC. What is your favorite casino fragrance? So yes, a lot of the casinos do. Yeah. Aria pumps in a nice fragrance.
I like Arias. I think Arias.
Venetian, good. Wynn, Cosmo, Bellagio. I think Mandalay Bay still does.
It's not pure oxygen, though, guys. That's a myth.
They did. That is a myth. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of them do pump in their own fragrance. I've got to say, I agree with Mark. Aria's fragrance is about the best there is. It's very pleasant. It's not too floral. I mean, it's just a great. Yeah. I like the fact that some of those casinos do that. It masks the smoke a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's what's good about Aria is unless it's really busy in there, it does a pretty good job of masking the smoke. Aria can get, if it's busy in Aria, man, it gets smoky fast in there.
Oh yeah, it does.
Really fast. That's why I like New York because of the tall ceilings. It like dissipates the air really well. And of course, Park MGM is smoke free. So there you go. All right. David, just Guagamela. So hope I didn't screw your name up. Sorry. What technically is considered a jackpot? I won $800 twice where they jackpots. Oh man, I hate this. You're going to get me on a rant here about jackpots and hand pays. Sorry, Dave.
I mean, that's the thing is that we put the two synonymous together. Yeah. They've almost become synonymous, and that's not true. Because I've always said that a jackpot, because if you think about the original term when slot machines first came out, the jackpot was getting the top line symbols. That was the jackpot. There was no other way to get it. And so I consider a jackpot getting like the 3 double diamonds or 3 triple diamonds. I've always kind of felt it. I still use it that way. If you get over $1,200, that's a hand pay. That's not a jackpot. If you that could be
play $100 machine, if you play $100 machine and get 20 credits, that's not really a jackpot, is it? It's a hand pay. Anyway,
it's a hand pay.
The reason I don't like the term so much is because people, for whatever reason, they feel like they need to chase this. They need to chase getting a hand pay or a jackpot. And that's not a good idea. It's going to happen eventually. Like it'll just happen. You can get jackpots on penny games. I've had it happen to me. I think once on the Willy Wonka, I got a jackpot on pennies. It can happen. It's just out of the blue. It's just harder to get. But we think people should focus more on the multiplier of what you're betting. Like if you're betting $1 and you win 300, or the person earlier that was betting $2 and won $540, that's a jackpot in my mind. That's a huge hit. That's over 300 times your bet. That's a good hit, right? So focus on not trying to get a jackpot, not trying to get a hand pay, all these things. A lot of YouTubers out there, here's how to get a hand pay. Here's how to get a hand pay on $100. Be careful with that. Focus more on what can you do to double your money or triple your money. And then let's leave it at that. Don't try to keep chasing it unless you're having a wild night, for whatever reason. But you got to gamble smart, and that is not trying to chase hand pays and jackpots. It's just not a good idea, in my opinion.
Exactly. I completely agree. Here's one from Vatnography. Are the slots easier to hit in Vegas versus Indian reservations? I find Indian casinos super tight. So that really depends, obviously, on where you're playing. Where we play WinStar and Choctaw, we know for a fact that their Class 2 machines are set extremely high for a win percentage. Does that mean you're going to win every time? No. Watch Mark's newest video on that. Win percentage does not equal winning. The idea of casinos being tight or loose and all that, I want you to keep this in mind. The national average for casinos is 90% payback. All right. So then you are really in a 90% zone. Even if you're lower than that, let's say you're at 85%, you wouldn't know the difference in the number of spins you're doing. So just because you're having a bad luck doesn't mean the casino's super tight, doesn't mean machines are fakes or anything else. Go there and try to enjoy more rather than pursue winning. So if you go in and play and just there to have fun, you may have your different experience. But some Vegas casinos have a lower payback than other Vegas casinos. Some Indian casinos have higher payback than Vegas and some lower than Vegas. It all depends on the property and much of different factors, but really try not to be too focused on that about whether you should and should not play a property because of what their payback percentage is. Now, if you find a property that's in the 70s, I probably wouldn't play there. That's just me.
Yeah. Here's a way to think about this, guys. How often do you hear friends, people on the Yelp reviews for casinos and all this stuff say, you got to come play here. I win every time.
Got to come play here. No.
Nobody says that. Nobody says that.
Look at any casino.
Yeah.
Any casino.
It's always like, this place sucks. I went in there. The slots are super tight. They had a bad experience because they were unlucky. And so they go and post about it. That's just what human nature is. We post about our negative thoughts, And so it's funny because I've learned this over the years, especially at Aria. I've heard 50% of the people say they love going to Aria, and 50% say they hate it because the slots are tight. They're not changing the slots. They're the same as when they first opened. Maybe they've made a couple of changes, every couple of years there or something like that, very minor, but it's not something you're going to notice. We go and we play the same machines every single time we go to Park MGM and New York and all that. Nothing's changed on the machines, but sometimes we're lucky and we have good trips. Most of the time we're unlucky and we don't have great trips. That's just the nature of playing slot machines. And so, the feeling of it being super tight, if you've only been there once, that's not a long enough sample size to make any kind of determination, especially if you've just been there once. But if you've been there for the last 10 years and you play the same machines over and over again and you notice things are different, you're not winning as much, maybe, but probably not likely. So just think about it that way. Let's see.
You got one because I got another one here.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
All right.
I beat you to it. Ted N says, I was recently on a cruise and all they have for top dollar and pinball was the 9-line machines. Do you think the bonus ratio is the same as a single line machine? So technically, by the book, the frequency of the 9-line is more than the single pay line. The math proves it. But here's the trade-off, right? You're betting 9 or 10 credits compared to 2 or 3 credits. That's the trade-off. Okay. So even though the bonus frequency is more, it doesn't mean that you should always play that one if a single line is available. You got to factor in those extra 6 or 7 credits that you're having to bet on top of that. But that's the volatility, right? Like the dream scenario on the new pinball, the new top dollar with the 9 lines is to hit it very quickly, like within a couple of spins. If you do that and you get out, those games can be very good, right? They can be very good. But if you don't, if you don't, and you keep plugging through those games chasing the bonus, that's where it starts to show its ugly face, and you got to be careful with that. So the thing is on the single pay line, bonus frequency isn't as often, but you can last a lot longer because the bet size isn't as much. So if you had to choose between the two, I always go with the single pay line, in my opinion. That's where we go. Good question, Ted.
And from Kathy both. What slot machine would be equivalent to Cherry's Jubilee? They do not have that one at our local casinos. Kathy, Cherry's Jubilee is only at MGM Grand in Las Vegas. I do not believe it is anywhere else on the planet. But if you're looking for a game similar to it, Double Diamond, extremely similar. So you can find that Sizzle and Sevens. You can find that around, other places. So those are very similar games. They may not be exact, but they're very similar. So that's the best you're going to get right there for outside of Vegas.
Absolutely. Yeah, Sizzling Seven's good. Good choice if you find that.
It's great when you hit the Flaming Sevens, but otherwise not so great.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny has an interesting one. Mark, describe the feeling of the recent top dollar jackpot. So that was actually back in February? January.
Yeah.
We barely had, did we even have 1,000 subscribers in?
We got 1,000.
We just got
right then because we went live for the meetup at the
that's right. I remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll describe that night kind of quickly because I could really go into detail. I could write a book on it. Dave and I are doing our favorite thing whenever we get to a new casino, which is to walk around the whole place and see what they have to offer, which you should be doing anyway.
Now, on this particular event, we knew the top dollar grands were there.
Yeah, we knew they were there.
We beeline to those.
But we didn't know where they were. We just knew
we had to find them.
We had to go find them. So we were walking around. We went into the area where they were. And literally, I remember turning my head and I saw them. And Dave kept walking. And I was like, Dave. He's like, what? I'm like,
there they are.
We look like two dorks running to
like we were late for a plane.
Like we were literally running straight to those machines back there. Because that was, I played it once before because Jody, my wife, and I were there at Park MGM around Christmas time. I think it was early December or something. We were there and I got to play there, but that was the first time Dave ever got to play it in the wild, not in the test mode or whatever. So we sat down and it was literally the first bonus round that I got when we got there. I did an accidental max bet, which was we were playing quarters, right? But this was just like we were talking about before. We were playing quarters, but it had a 1, 2, and a 3 times multiplier on it. And we first started out, we were playing the 1 times, and we were doing that, and I didn't get a bonus. I put another 100 in, and not thinking I hit max bet. And it ended up getting the bonus right. I was just super lucky. Got the bonus on the max bet. And I'm like, wow, this is going to be amazing. And then first or second bonus or first or second offer was third one was pretty good. I mean, it was not terrible, but we decided to pass it anyway. And then, of course, the 6,400 or something lit up. It was absolutely insane. And what was puzzling is why that progressive was so high, because it reset at $250. That was the starting position, and it was at 6,400. And we later figured out. Yeah, we later figured out that they combined progressives when they installed those machines. So whatever machines were there before probably had progressives on them. And of course, they can't just wipe out progressives. They have to combine them with other machines. And so that's probably why it was so high. And I just happened to be the first person to hit it. It was pretty wild. And pro tip on that, if you ever play Top Dollar Grand and on one of the offers, it only lights up the jackpots, nothing else, you got the top one.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed.
Can't light up anything else.
Yeah. If anything else below it was lit up, you will not get the top one. It only lights up when it's the only jackpots it lit. So there you go. If you ever see that. It was quite. And then the problem was, it's like, well, now we need to get footage of playing Top Dollar because it happened so quick, and so I had to edit it so it seemed like we were playing it a long time before we hit that because it just seemed unusual to hit that right away, you know. So it was super lucky, right place, right time, right accidental bet. It was crazy, fun night.
And from J Dog, where'd it go? Hold on, I got to pull it up. We got 10 memberships donated by J Dog, wherever that piece is. It is hard to find stuff. Something there it is. There we go. Thank you, J Dog.
Thank you, J Dog.
Had a couple other questions about memberships. So memberships are done random for those who gift them. YouTube just randomly assigns anyone who's in the chat. There's a setting you have to go through to make sure you're enabled for it. Someone will explain it to you. I'm sure Proud Monkey will explain it to you. It's in there. I promise it's in there. Where did the other one go?
Oh no.
Okay, here's a good one. Oh, what do you got?
Jody is now a member, so we can't talk about her during the member pre-show anymore.
Why did you let her join?
She got gifted it.
Oh, what?
It's ruined. We'll have to cancel it now.
J Dog, we're going to.
Yeah, thanks a lot, J Dog. I can hear her screaming in the other room.
There it is.
It's a joke. Susan, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Susan just posted this up. So this is how you can tell and you enable your gift certificate. So just follow these instructions. They're in there. Hey, and Lucky Jewel slots made it in. Okay. I've been saving this one, Mark. Okay, ready for this one? Okay. From Vinography as well. What other than yourselves, who are some of your favorite YouTube slots? I think we should each name 3.
3? Okay, let me open up my special YouTube subscription list here. I know who they are, but I want to get the right ones.
Okay, then I'll do my 3 first then.
Okay.
Okay, so NJ Slot Guy, Old School Slots, and if I have to pick one, this is the hard part, is like, who else do you pick? I got to go with our friends over at Let's Go Handpay, Yeah. I like channels that are very entertaining. I like channels that don't go crazy with their bets. They offer, some conversation to their members and everything else. And they're just, awesome people to hang out with as well.
Yep, absolutely. I'm going to pick 3 different ones, although I do watch all of those. I do watch Old School Slots. I know it's not a different one, but he's probably my favorite. I do watch Gulf Coast Slots. He plays a lot in Mississippi. He plays a lot of Top Dollar, Double Top Dollar. No wonder I watch him, right? Let's see what else we got. Try to pick some other ones. Let's see.
It's hard when you have to actually pick them up.
Yeah, I believe it or not. Well, it's not too much of a shocker. I do watch Mr. Handpay. I do like it especially when he plays the 3 reel games. I do watch those. And let's see if I got to pick another one. Akafuji Slot. I watch that a lot.
Oh yeah, Akafuji's good.
Real good. Shows wins and losses all the time. Reality of gaming, and doesn't talk, which is what I like. Just shows the game. All right, there you go. Those are the 3 I watch the most.
Yoshi Slots and Sister Yoshi Slots. Yep. People say there, Sister Yoshi will not be at G2E. I was like, what? Oh, super bummed.
No. Let's see. Hey, there's Motivational Moxie. Good to see you, man. Couple days left.
All right. Ready to go. Yeah, also about that, Moxie, you're sending Mark all your questions that you should be sending to me.
Who cares?
He wants to know how Westgate is. And I'm like,
I don't know how Westgate is. I've never
Mark
been.
was at Westgate.
Everybody gets us confused anyway, so.
But they're addressed to Mark, so I don't take them.
All right, let's see. Asa Brown says, I seem to win on free play, then lose it when it runs out. Machine makes no determination how the money or credits were put in there. So when it comes to the logic portion of a slot machine, all it needs to know is a couple pieces of information. How many credits were wagered and what denomination did you wager them on? That's it. It doesn't know how the money was put in. Free play, ticket, voucher, bonus play, cash. I think I said ticket already. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It plays exactly the same. They cannot change the behavior based on free play. The thing is that and this is not a knock on you at all, Saw, because everybody says this, is that whole feeling of it seems like, or I feel like, or I've noticed, or I've witnessed. These are all things that you're being manipulated by the slot machines, quite intentionally, by the way. They want you to try to find patterns, because as humans, that's just what we do. It's like built into our core on how we analyze situations, is we look for patterns and explanations to everything that occurs in our life. And so we try to find that with slot machines all the time. But the problem is there are no patterns. There are no detectable and predictable patterns in slot machines, and they're built that way, but it sure does seem that way. And that's all by design. And so because it feels that way sometimes, it's your brain playing tricks on you, because what happens is you are remembering the times where you didn't win on free play, or you did win on free play and then suddenly started to lose after the free play was up. You're remembering all those situations, but your brain completely blocks out the reverse of that, where you were not winning on free play, but you started to win on your cash, because that's not what you're looking for. It's a really human trait. It's really a fascinating subject. So, but slot machines are the worst. They're exploiting this. Like it really messes with us, even us. It's hard to look past that and just say, no, that's not what's going on. But I can assure you 100% certainty, the machine does not care if it's free play or not. It doesn't matter. So use the free play. If you don't want to play after that, that's fine, but it's not, the dials aren't being turned down or anything like that. But thanks for your question, Asai. I appreciate it.
Here's a good one from Kalish here. But I'm here. Question. Do you think if I go to one casino resort once every 2 to 3 months, does that keep them from raising your free play? My hubby and I go every 2 to 3 months, and we get $700 each. Most likely, the less you go, the more they're going to raise your free play to get you back. So you may have found the sweet spot for the marketing team at your casino, to where they're going to keep it high to keep you wanting to come back. And if you don't go back enough, then they're going to keep it high as well, because they want to keep your business. I do find that if you go over and over and over again, your free play is going to go down if your play doesn't change. So my play does not change. My free play has been going down because I go a lot. As soon as I took a month off of WinStar, my free play shot up because they wanted me back. And that is the first thing they do, is raise your free play, raise your offers. So $700 each is pretty good. That's pretty good indeed. So I would say you're doing great. Keep it up.
All right. Darbaby says, "Are cruise ship slots horrible?"
Yes.
They're not. They're just low in payback percentage, almost consistently so.
In my experience, this is me. I have never won on cruise ships with the slots. I have done great on table games, but I have never won. Mark has won on cruise ship slots.
Yeah,
I have not. So it's who you ask. Like, are cruise ship slots great? No. Yes.
Yes. It's back to what we said before about the Aria situation. Yeah,
exactly. But again, entertainment. You're already on a cruise.
Yeah.
You're playing.
All you can really recommend when playing cruise slots is to really, really stick to your budget. Don't chase losses there.
Don't use
a too easy
card.
They make it so easy. Yeah, just bleep, 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 bleep. Put your PIN number in, get more cash. And
Going
I
to cruise, I'm going to borrow Mark's card.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, stick to your budget if you're going to play slots on the cruise. Let me just put it that way. All right.
PNT hot slots, hits, and stuff. Are online slots more class 2? No, not really. Class 2 slots are running with a bingo game. Most likely online slots, as Mark said earlier, they're running RNG of some type to have the game basically play like it would in the casino. Class 2 slots use bingo in order to handle an RNG. So that's the randomness is from the bingo card. Although it would be interesting, a class 2 online slots game.
That'd be fun. You can have it all
That
networked
would
with everybody, you know. That'd be
that
fun.
would be kind of neat, you know.
It would be
You
neat.
might be onto something there.
Yeah, there you go. Let's start a casino, Dave.
Online casino, class 2 online.
That's right. I love it.
I'm definitely intrigued by that.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Oh, hold on a second. Wait. I got to follow up here with Galish here.
No, you're good.
We take 5 to 7K every time. Each or together? Are you splitting 5K or is it each? I need to know that answer because then I have follow-up. That's an important piece of info.
That's right. Oh,
it's like,
man.
that's a piece of info right there. What we got? We had another one here that was really good.
Amy L says, I got wrecked today, so decided I had to stop for a while. That's good.
Good decision.
Very proud of you, Amy. And make sure that here's the thing that you got to be careful with, because, and this is from personal experience too. It's very easy after you've been wrecked, like the day of or the day after, or even several days after, to say that. But what happens to most of us in that situation is a week or 2 weeks go by and you're like, I think I'm good now. If you're really going to take a break, I recommend at least 30 days. Really clear your mind. Think about, do you want to do that again? And maybe punish yourself by not having money to go for a while to recoup those losses. You know, wait a couple more months, something like that. But try to resist that urge, because if you've ever witnessed this before, or been through this, when you've been wrecked on a casino trip and you've lost your budget and you've lost more than your budget or whatever, you're going home and you're sweaty, you're just terrible ride home, that kind of thing. And then you get home and what is the first? I'm never playing. I'm never going to the casino again. This is terrible. Yeah. I'm not doing it. Slots, they're terrible. But I'm telling you, after about a week, you're like, maybe if I just go with half of what I did last. I mean, you start thinking that way. It's just natural. And when you're in the moment, it's very easy. It's just like with anything. I mean, with alcohol, or I'm never drinking again. How many times did you say that in college, Dave? I said it almost every weekend. I'm never drinking again. But, after time elapses, it's easy to kind of think of that way again. So if you're going to take a break, I think that's awesome, Amy. Congratulations. It's a big step. But just try to put a lot of padding in there. Try to do at least 30 days of not going back and see if you could do it. But good luck out there. And it's a smart move.
To take that break. Yeah, it absolutely is great to take that break. And if you feel like you can't be trusted enough to yourself, contact the casino. You may have to go there and say, I want to self-exclude for 30 days or 60 days or whatever. Just do that. Then he won't let you back in.
Yeah.
This is the follow-up from Galish here. Together. So it's 5 to 7K together. So 5 to 7K together every 2 to 3 months, and you're getting 700 each. I'd say that's decent still. I would say that's pretty decent. That's a decent return. So that's definitely not bad at all.
What property was that again? I didn't.
They didn't say.
Oh, okay.
Their local casino.
It also depends on the casino where it's at too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Makes a huge difference. I mean, you could drop that much at WinStar and you'll get $50 in free play.
Yeah.
It really depends on where you're at. So, yeah.
That is absolutely right. WinStar they have the weirdest, because WinStar uses a third-party company to handle all of their marketing, free play, all those promotions. It is erratic at best to describe it. Yeah. So definitely is not a place to follow.
Let's see. Oh, John has a quick question here. Mark, in one of your videos, you said you would have an in-depth or a video on bingo slot math. Any plans for that? Still trying to figure out how the 9-line red screens can pay at the same pattern twice or more. So I can answer that question, but yeah, I should put that in the new video. But the reason that happens is because on multi-line games, you can get the same pattern for each line that is present. That's one reason. That's the biggest reason. So if it's a 9-line game, you can actually hit that pattern up to 9 times. And that's why you typically see like step ladder is very common to get repeating, because you can hit that. It's like the mixed bars all the way across. You can hit that on multiple lines, and so it will start repeating itself. But as for getting more in depth with the math, there are still a lot of questions that I have that I've not been able to get like firm answers on. And I'm really looking forward to G2E because this is my one chance where Dave and I have to pull people from HHR aside, VLT for the virtual, the virtual lottery, the
all of
VGTs,
them.
the class 2, pull them aside and start picking their brains because it's so hard to get access to these people. But I think it's going to happen this trip. So we're going to be asking a lot of questions, and then I can produce a video where I'm not speculating or saying, oh yeah, this is true, that's not true. I want to know for sure. And that's why it's been so delayed. I'm not just making that up either. It's just, I want to make it a really good video. And so we'll just have to wait for that.
What's great is the last 2 years I've seen these guys. No one's talking to these guys. They want people to talk to.
They want people to talk to them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they want people to talk to them.
That's very true.
All right, here we
CM,
go.
Real quick, CM McElroy says, thank you for doing that video on the payback percentage. Very eye-opening. Great job. Guys,
Excellent.
If you have not seen it, this video didn't do well. That's okay. I don't care about that.
Which
but
I'm shocked at.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know how it is. It's all about thumbnails and titles and all that stuff. But it's like
that's
if you are a gambler that plays slot machines,
yeah,
it's really a must see. And I'm not just saying that to try to boost the numbers. Let me explain what it is real quick. So a lot of people think that you can sit down at a machine and spin it a couple of 5 or 10 or 12, 15, whatever times, and be able to tell if the machine is a winning machine, in quotes, or give some kind of indication on what the payback percentage is of that machine. And then also people say, well, you got to go play the highest payback machines. You got to go to the casino with the highest payback machines because you're going to win more. So here's the thing. To put money where my mouth is, where I'm telling you in the short term, you cannot figure this out. I took a double diamond machine, a 5-line double diamond machine, and I set it on 4 different denominations, which denomination doesn't matter. It's all about the credits, okay? Number of credits won versus the credits that were played, right? And each of those, I set at a different payback percentage. One, 85, I think it was 83 or 85% on the low, all the way up to 98% on the high. And I ran through 100 games each. So that's 400 total games. And then we looked at the results. What was the actual payback return to the player and what was the casino hold? We looked at those results. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to do it again. So I did another 100 spins on each of those. Didn't change anything. Same payback percentages, same denominations, everything. Did exactly the same thing. The second results were quite different from the first, but nothing changed on the machine. The machine was exactly the same. Nothing changed. But in that one, the quarter, which was set at the 85%, did better than the one set at 98% and the one set at 95%. I don't want to give the whole video away, but it's the proof, right? It's the proof that in the short term, 100 spins, you are not going to be able to tell what the payback percentage is on a machine, if it's high, low, middle, whatever. And so I think it's a very important video for you to watch. If you've ever had questions about this stuff or think that we don't know what we're talking about, I did it. Okay. It took me like 8 hours to do all those. Because Dave, one time I did it, I wasn't recording for half of it.
Right.
I had to start all over again. So, yeah. It's an important video. It's an important video to watch. It's a good experiment. You get to see it on a real slot machine. And so, yeah. Anyway, it's from the last video I think that we have posted. So go check that out after this if you want to go watch it. All right. But thank you, CM, for pointing that out. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Also from PMT Slot Hits and Stuff. What is your opinion of the best themed and unique slot of the year? Mine is Frankenstein by Light and Wonder. Frankenstein is definitely a great game. I love the theme, but I wouldn't call it unique. For me, even though I haven't seen it in the wild, it would still be also by Light and Wonder, the 3-reel Huff and Puff penny game.
Oh, yeah.
Mechanical reels.
Huff and Extra Puff, yeah.
Huff and Extra Puff. Yeah, I thought that was the most unique game I saw at G2E last year that would be on the market this year. Yeah. It's really hard to find games that are unique, that are definitely different. Aristocrat is coming out with their new game this year. It's Phoenix Link. What's Phoenix Link? It's just Dragon Link. That's all it is, with some new themes. These guys are beating the horse to death with the Dragon Link and the locket, everything. So it's the same thing Light and Wonder does, though, too, you know? very
Yeah.
similar to their hold and spin features. So,
Right.
you know, when it comes to unique slot, the slot has to, and I don't care what kind of game it is, but it has to be unique. And the last year before that, the most unique game was by Aruze, which they were out of business. Now they're back in business. And it was the rock, paper, scissors and the whack-a-mole with the alligators game. Absolutely the most unique games I've seen.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, it really is. For me, to be a unique slot, it has to be something that is new, like something that is different than what has been there before.
Yeah, if I see another spin and hold game, I'm not even going to approach it. I'm so sick of those. Lately? I am so sick of the spin and hold games and all the different variations of them. I'm just tired of it. It's been out for so long. I hope the trend just dies.
It's not going anywhere. Phoenix Link.
Now the trend is the 3 coin thing or the 3 bonus thing, where it's pigs or coins or whatever. That's the new trend. And I don't like those either because they're all perceived and it's tricking everybody. But hey, yeah, we're looking for real innovation and we hope that we can find it. And if we do, we're going to do a video on it, you know, even if we have to go like this.
If those aristocrat people try to tell me that Phoenix Link is innovative, I am going to rip them a new one on how it's not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, super innovative. I put Phoenix before Link this time instead of Dragon.
That's right.
Or Lightning or so Dollar. Funny. Yeah.
All right.
I like actual innovation. I mean, slot machines really have a lot of room for innovation. And we're seeing a lot of neat innovation from IGT and mechanical reels.
Yeah.
But we need to see that from other people as well. You know, it can't just be IGT with the is the cash jackpots. That's the new one we're going to play at Venetian finally for the first time.
That's right. Yeah. Cash jackpots.
Yeah, the cash jackpot.
Cash up. That's what's
cash called. Up. Yeah. Which is a unique and innovative game.
Yeah.
Because you essentially bank bonuses and you get to pick your volatility. Do you save your bonuses and go up the ladder, or do you take an early bonus and take the quick cash? So that kind of thing. I still do wish there was a negative outcome somewhere, but that's just
me. Oh, that's mean. I think the challenge really, and this is just in my opinion, is so what G2E really is it's a marketing expo for casino executives to meet with the manufacturers, and the manufacturer's job is to convince casino executives to purchase these new machines. And so what's hard is the casino executives know very well what type of machines perform well on their floor. And so if they get a demonstration of another spin and hold game, they know that those games perform well. And so it's lower risk for these manufacturers to come out with games that are very similar to that, still have the spin and hold feature, just different graphics and sound package, right?
Yeah.
But when they come out with something radically different, you kind of you see it slowly come out. And this is what happened with Frankenstein. It was a totally new idea. It was not everywhere at first, right? It was a very slow rollout because they were able to convince certain casinos in certain places that this is worth it. Like, this is whatever it was, they made it so it made seem like the players
sounds.
And it's a very tricky thing to do. I mean, it's not an easy task. And so I understand why they go off of previous success, like things that have been proven in the industry. They have to keep doing that. Otherwise, they'll get no machines sold, right? So they have to keep doing that. But every now and then they try to squeeze one in to see if it's going to be a hit or not. I can't tell you guys how many machines, and I've seen them at IGT, that never see the light of day. You know, they do the development work on it, the arts, the art package, the sound package, the graphics, the testing, everything's done on them, but they just can't convince anybody to take a chance on it. And that's hard. And real funny story. This is that chance that we're talking about right now is the only reason Top Dollar is still out today, because the guy that made that game took a chance on doing something different, which was an offer acceptance game. It was the first slot machine ever where you were in control of your greed, ever. All other slot machines up to that point what you saw is what you got. So pinball, all those, once you get the bonus, you had no choice. You had to take it, right? This is the first one that gave you the choice to take it or to try again. And he was incredibly nervous about this. Like that, I don't, who's going to buy into this? But I think it was either MGM or Bellagio. I don't remember. I think it was MGM. Guy said, my players want this. Give me 12 of them. And he put it in there. And next thing you know, he's ordering more and he's ordering more. Then the neighboring casinos are ordering him. And it just spread from there. So it can happen. It's just incredibly hard. Innovation in any space is very hard to punch through. Just like with laptops or cell phones or something, everybody takes a chance and tries something different. It's not always going to punch through, but they sure will try to get it to you, right? So it's very interesting. But the problem is players don't get any say in it. The casino has to put it on the floor first, right? And so that's the tough part, is like we're relying on casino management and the manufacturers to talk to each other and convince us that this is something that we, as the players, the end users, actually want to play. All right. Anyway, that's enough of that.
All right. I got one more here.
Okay.
I know we're getting tight on time. Here we go. From Gamble Smart. What would the slot industry look like if Top Dollar was never invented?
It's an interesting thought. I don't think we would have offer acceptance games.
We wouldn't have offer acceptance games. We may not even have the same bonuses that we know now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really the kind of push forward in interactive bonuses.
Right.
So we may not even have any of the bonuses we have now.
Yeah.
They may look completely different. They innovated this in that. The revolutionary thought at the time.
Yeah.
Was so huge. I don't even know. And I'd really like to ask the creator of Top Dollar, what would you think? I'm going to ask him that. I'm going to try to corner him on that one. I'm like, what would the industry be like? What would slots be like if Top Dollar was never invented? So that means Top Dollar never existed.
Yeah.
Double Diamond obviously existed.
It's an interesting thought.
Else. Yeah.
Very interesting thought. I think it would have been late. It would have taken a long time.
It would have been.
And on the topic of Top Dollar, PMT Slots Hits and Stuff says, are the 4 offers predetermined, or does the RNG decide each time we press hit try again? It's not predetermined. Every time you hit try again, it's another RNG stop to pull out an offer number. So you're not being punished because you passed up a good offer.
Oh, no, you're being punished.
That kind of thing. Unless you're Dave, then you are definitely getting punished.
Absolutely. And I remember the first time that Brantley was shocked when I got the 5 credits in from him because he said it wasn't possible. And I'm like, oh no. I know for a fact it's possible.
Blink, 5 credits.
Bling.
I got several of those on camera too. Those are always fun.
They just hurt because then you're like waiting for the rest of them to light up. You're like, is the light burned out?
I know. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap it up today. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I hope you guys had fun.
Absolutely, guys.
And we are so thrilled to meet most of you that are in here next week. It's lots of fun. We're going to have so much fun there. Make sure you bring your gloves or whatever you need.
Make sure you've got that bell. Go back to our page, Gamble Smart, and make sure that bell is clicked because we may not be recording. We may just go live. Yeah. All right. So we may not even just record. We're just going to go live. And we may go live while one of us is recording as well. So it could be at any time whatsoever. We're just going to hit that live button. So be on the lookout.
That's right. We're notorious for doing that. So
yes. So hit that bell.
We want you guys to enjoy the fun with us. So, all right, guys. Well, as always, gamble smart.
Gamble safe.
We'll see you guys later. It's G2E time, Dave.
We'll be coming from Vegas on the next live.
That's right.